Everybody, hope you're all well. Mindful Moodling will be starting in a few minutes. Well, you know how early I am. Anyway, just bear with me, the video's about to start soon. Thanks, bye. Hello, good afternoon. How are ya? Try again. It's not 3 in the morning, but hey ho, the menu. You know what I mean? I know I always try not to forget it's PM and not AM, and it just goes a bit peak talk. Anyway, good afternoon. How the devil are you? Let's have a quick look who's with us today. Oh, nobody. Oh, hello, Tracy. Nice one. Tracy's a moodler, so she's one of my patrons, and I do appreciate everything that my patrons do for me. Because don't forget, I would have been sat here, continue to do free content without them. But I must admit, they're going to enjoy quite a bit more now. Hello, Caroline. I hope you're not working on the Sly, because you're watching properly but working on Sly. So it's like watching on the Sly. Anyway, just shut up. Just shut up. Anyway, yeah, it just made me laugh when I'm designing stuff and I get carried away drawing and painting and, you know, hello, Denise, hello. And I get carried away and I just sort of think, right, okay, I want to do this, and this, and I'm going to do this, and this. Oh, thank you, Tracy. This, and this. So I'll press everyone. So I'll let you into a secret. Yesterday, I was doing all the stuff and I put one of the things up saying that if somebody doesn't have a like or love or anything on their comment, give them a share. Give them a love. Give them a tag. Okay? Thinking, that's quite nice. That'll be, received in the way it's meant. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. I had people, angry faces, don't tag me into this. And you know why? Because I went and tagged at everybody. I didn't know I was going to tag 5,000 people. I didn't realise that at everybody meant all your friends and not just the ones on who you're replying to. So, yeah. So it was quite funny, really funny. But it wasn't because I had some angry faces, some people telling me not to tag them in and quite rude. And I thought, right, well, yeah, I've done the wrong thing. I apologise. It won't ever happen again because I've just blocked you. There you go. That's problem solved. Problem solved. I've blocked you. So I think that was quite right. I have apologised if I've offended anyone in any way. At everyone, I didn't know meant everybody in the world. I thought it just meant the people on the page. Anyway, I find that quite funny. Quite funny. Anyway, don't ever do it, guys. Don't ever put at everybody, because the world and his mum and dad and brother and sister will all come running to you and get you in trouble. Anyway, I've got a piece of black card here today. And I'm doing samples again because I like samples. I like the idea of drawing samples and creating wonderful patterns. Exactly. Grumpy old sods. Anyway, they're blocked now, so they won't see me. Anyway, I'm not expecting loads of people because I did say I was going to be on at 12 in the morning and it's now 12 in the afternoon. So we'll just get on with what we're doing. So I've got this black. I've got some white as well, and I'm a bit perturbed about which one to do. because I wanted to do like circle samples, which I love circle samples. So yeah, circle samples. So let's go for it. Now I can use the black if I want. Let me just check out this. See, is that big enough? I don't know if it is big enough. Might be big enough. So let me just check on here. Oh, come on! Please don't ask me when I got this card because I haven't got a clue. Right, okay. So I know you. Yeah, oh, you can see it. Yay. Come on. Right, so all I'm doing is building a shape up. Oh, for God's sake. Building a shape up within it so that I can work on it. And there's lots of people doing mandalas and shapes at the moment, and it's great. And this is a way that you can sort of interact with me and them at the same time. So, because listen, there's room for everybody. And I've had my trademark now quite a while actually. So I like to fit the shapes into, oops, sorry. I like to fit the shapes into the space. It's a bit like my personality. It's very easygoing in the fact that I'll fit in with everybody else. And I'm not too bothered about, you know, being the one that's in chat. I'm not interested in that at all. I'm interested in having a group where a bit more like a cooperative me. I've always said that. I've always been more of a cooperative sort of person and not a owner. So, okay, I've got some really big uns. It's mount board, Denise. It's proper mount board. I'm presuming I think I know where I got it from. I think it's from Highlight. And it's their display board, I'm sure of it. I don't take a lot because I don't use it. I use it for mounting my excuse me, the bits and pieces that I have on shows. I have it for that. So I need a couple up here. No, actually, let's go for diagonal. I want to create our own piece of artwork. So I like the diagonal idea of it going like that. Can you see? Of course you can see. Stupid thing. Right. Okay. So I'm using black, and you wouldn't believe that black on black does show up, does it? Don't it? It's quite good. So we've got this. I might do one there. Can you see how I balance it? And this would be nice, really nice in a frame for a present. Or if you're, 6 weeks holidays coming up soon again, and doing this with this, everybody at home. So I've got some great patterns in mind. I've been drawing nice circles. This is based on Fabergé, believe it or not. Come on. Fabergé eggs. Oh, for God's sake. Yay. I'm well, Patricia. Thank you so much. I was just telling everybody about the grumpy persons and people, and it's quite funny because they'll never. I'll never upset them again because I've blocked them. I don't care. I don't care because if I upset them, then they're not the people for me because I wouldn't do it intentionally, upset them. And if that was the case and I did it all the time, then I'd very much understand them being annoyed. But you know, a polite word would have been better, and I would never do it again. But to just go and say, "Do not do this to me," like a Dalek, you know. Well, I won't do it to you anymore, will I? Because I'm not your friend. Right. Okay. Let's start. So I'm using white pen on black card. You can start with a pencil, which I might do just to give me a bit of headway, because I think, oh, is this what I want? Is this what I don't want? So I quite like the idea of can you see? Okay. So we've got that. I like that idea because I'm going to rub that out. Tell you why. Tell you why. I want it to flow and it's not flowing. And if I tell you why, it should be flowing because it's going that way. I want it flowing that way. Or you can have it flowing that way, whichever you prefer. So just let me try and my mouse is behaving like. Oh, come on! I'm sorry. Calm down. My mouse is behaving like an absolute, yeah, one of them. Beautiful. So now, if my, that's better. Okay, so there's only 10 of us, but who cares? Let's go for it. So I've got my circles and I'm going to go flowing this way. And I think I'm going to go with straight in. And I'm using a narrow signal, a narrow one, okay? So I'm just going to put here. Right, circles like that. Okay, I'll bring you right down here now. Hoping that you can get that in. Right, so this means now that that's the edge of it. I'm going to colour half in. Now, I'm taking my time a little bit because I'm using it as a meditative thing today because I need to do it. Okay. I really like that, but looking at it, I might need one here. Okay. Love it. So the next one is now I'm going behind and in front. I use these all the time, Carol, they're nothing new. You've seen me use these all the time, so I'm not just whipping out a new pen, don't worry. Right, so you can see now I've built up the pattern And I'm just going to build the background ones. So everywhere there's a bit of a, get it? Okay. So I quite like that. I think it needs a edge maybe on that side. I might do the other edge as well, but I might not. So this is where it might get a bit weird because I'm just going to go with the pencil in one of the shapes. It's very hard to see. Maybe that way. Can you see? I'm using the graphite as a way of shading. Hello, Bet. Yes, it is. Rachel, my darling. You'll have a laugh at this. You'll have a laugh. I'll ring you later and let you know. It was quite funny. Quite funny. Very funny, actually. So I quite like that because it's got like that funky vibe. It's there, but it isn't there. So I'm going to do something with you now because I want you to try something with me, please. Just bear with me. I want you to put your feet flat on the floor. And I want you to just look at a bit of paper. You make sure that you can get your feet on the floor because that's hard for me. I want you to put your feet on the floor. And I want you to wiggle your toes and just feel the carpet, the floor, anything. Just wiggle them. Or you have to wiggle your toes, feel the carpet. And then what we're going to do is a little breathing exercise. In through your nose, out through your mouth for 5. So wiggle your toes and we go in. In. Now, I'm very grounded now. Very grounded. But I'm still rubbing my feet in the carpet or the floor. Now, I'll let you into a secret. If I go to the doctors and I don't do that, my blood pressure's up through the roof. But if they go away for 5 minutes and come back and I've done that, my blood pressure comes right down. I'm not saying it works for everybody, but it's one of the ways I try my best. So, let's go for another. Let's go for maybe this one. This one. So, I'm drawing lines, obviously. I know you can see them. Like that. So if more or less, equidistance. Okay, I can get my white pen. Same shape, more or less. Okay. So what we're doing is we're starting in different directions. So different corners. I'm trying to be fairly neat, but I'm not too worried if I'm not, because it really don't matter. So I'm using the fine Signo. I've used them before. There we go. Can you see it's quite a, it might play with your eyes. Don't try and join them up. Treat each square as a new square. Okay? If you start thinking about patterns, then your mind will be overtook with patterns. You see that one looks a bit dodgy there, but it when in the big grand scheme, it don't matter. So again, the fine lines. You can use coloured pens for this. You can do anything. As long as it's visible on the black. Now, I'm not outlining all, not outlining all of them because I don't want to. But if you feel that you need to outline them, then that's cool. What I am trying to do is create an edge just with the lines so that it's visible but non-visible. So even though you're going from the same corners, you can change the direction slightly so that you're going side to side rather than, bottom to top or whatever. So there we go. So that'll mess with your eyes a bit, but I do like it. So we've got that. What you can do then, if you wish, is each one has got a reminder of the starting point to give it. I don't know, you don't have to, like I say, this is just to continue with a pattern that you've already tried that's in your head, that you're thinking, oh, I'd like to do that and I'd like to do that. And then when you've done it, you sort of think, oh, I could do that to it. So you see, you've got like a really cool pattern. Now, let's look at this one. It'll get better as I do it. Right. What I've done here is I've done like, I've done lines going like that, and then I've sort of continued, lift my pen off and brought them back round, and you get a continuous line. And then, so this one will go up, round, and back down there. I'm not allowing it to, I just want it going in and out like that. Okay. So the idea is I'll draw it on the back. So you get a bit of blah, 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 a bit of a better idea. So if I draw this here, like that, okay? So I'm drawing it and I'm going, to get me, and then rubbing out those bits. Okay, so you've got that pattern and there's a flow to it, but it's not continued and finished. It's actually there. So all I'm going to do with this is so I'm going to swap over now for the thicker one. No. Bear with me with this one. This pen needs a bit of love. Come on, you know you're loved. Come on. So I'm just doing some lines. Like breaks in the pattern. So it won't look great at the moment, but you've not put all your bits and bobs on it. And change the direction of your shapes. It gives the illusion of round shapes, you know, and then going to the left, going to the right, concave, convex. So you just fit that in there. So it looks like a ball of wool, but it's not finished yet because where there is none, I'm going to put an invisible, a little dot in to make it more visible. But I'm going to wait for it to dry and then work on top of it, okay? So we've got quite a few done now. I didn't realise we were going to get all these done. That's crazy. So I might do more then. Oh, I might do more. So I'm going to go with a square one, I think, now. And what I might do is section some of these out. So let's go with a... Oh, This might be a little bit too big. Yeah. So when you do them a little bit too big, just go in between them. And what happens is it separates them and spaces them correctly for you. Now that might be too small. So you're like, oh. So the answer is rub it out. So let's go for smaller ones then that I don't need to. That's better. Don't be frightened to change things as they evolve. Don't be worried, even if you'd made that in pen, it don't matter. You go with what you've got. You start with A, and it don't matter if you end up with Z, because at the end of the day, people don't know what Plan A was, so they ain't going to know what the result would be, do they? How are they going to know if you don't tell them? So they might think you've got it bob on, but you haven't. I mean, you haven't. You've done what you've done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to draw this in white. Now I'm happy with the shape I've got. Don't really matter if it doesn't work too well at the moment, because this is just your guideline, and I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't really normally put this in, but it's so everybody can see at home what I'm doing. So I've got squares like that, but I don't want them like that at all. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them square up to me. So not on a diagonal. I don't want them that way. I just want them straight up so that, you know, the squares go like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do each one separately like that, because each square is slightly different. You see? So if you start to do a ruler line on these, it doesn't always work out, because it's not exact, if you know what I mean. It's just not exact. So, oh, Carol, sorry. We've got Caroline. Hello. I'm having problems. I think I'm live on Facebook now. Hi, Glynis. Hi, Karen. Hi from Sid and you. So here, keep it squared on for you, because it's going to work better for you. And as soon as you see what I'm doing, you'll realise. So I'm just trying to see in my sketchbook what I did with this. Draw a square in the middle. So smaller square. That's why I like to have the square in front of me that way, and then I can see, because it's a bit like rubbing your head and rubbing your belly. Your eyes get which way am I going? Where am I looking? What am I doing? So if you keep not looking at the diamond or the triangle and just look at the square, you can get a little bit more focused. Got all my washing out. If it stands still in this house, it gets washed. Okay, can you see? Now, what I'm going to do is, I'll bring it down much more. I'm doing half just as a half the square like a diamond, and there's room for maneuver on this, so if you feel that your diamond's a bit iffy like mine are, then you can go over with your white pen and just smarten it up a bit. So everything on the left is the square in the middle. I'm doing a triangle of it. There we go. Just like that. Get it? Now, I'm going to get my fat pen and give it a bit of love. Come on, a bit of love. Come on. Bit of love. Come on. Yeah, there we go. She says. So what I'm doing now is the opposite corner. So you see, you need to leave that triangle visible, because if you don't, then it's all black and white. It doesn't really have impact. Get it now? And when you've done it, it does look really 3D. I'm going to say hello to some very special people. Happy birthday to the lovely Leslie and Philippa, key members of the group. I'll be seeing Leslie tomorrow. When we go to the monastery. I'm hoping to announce some workshop dates as well. So and my Patreons, I will be doing a private video for us. Not fans only, I don't like that. Just a video that is designed just for my patrons. Right, does that look 3D? So bring it back up. Have a look at that now. This one needs working on. So I'm going to get in with my pen and I'm just going to draw lines over it. Just to calm it down a little bit, and then there we go. Now if you've lost focus, get those toes on the floor and really feel the carpet, the floor, anything that you've got there. Really feel it. Don't let anything take over. You're working in the present and you're here. So I'm putting 3 dots in now. And it gives a directional feel to it then, like that. Right, okay, let's look at another one now. Woo-hoo, that looks so cool. Oh, bit dark, but if I'd have made it a little bit bigger, that would be cool. Look, you can easily, oh, not throw your thing on, but you could easily, maybe not that one. Clean up the other diamond. Yeah, like that. I often think, right, if you get pens and you try them and they don't work, more often than not, if you try the pens that are of the same brand, they work better because I think, they're made in a similar way, aren't they? And if these clog up, all you have to do is just wipe them on your skin or a tiny bit of sandpaper and they usually come back. So there we go. Can you see how much? Right. Next, let's go with, we've got all these. I quite like these little roundy ones. I think they're really cool. So here we'll go with come on. Oh, they're so temperamental. So what I'm going to do is start with like little lines. Okay. Like that. Now, I'm going to go with a finer pen. And I'm just going to draw some lines in, okay? Like that. It don't matter about the width, or I'll put another one here and then. So I've got this shape now that looks very strange. Yeah, we've got that shape looking all very strange. And just get my, come on. Oh, for crying out loud. I've got more pen than I have in there. There we go. Now I know where my shape is. It's like a beaded curtain. I'm just going to enlarge this bit here. Again, if you find the shapes a little bit confusing or what's going on with the shapes, then my answer is keep the shape facing the way you can perceive it. If it don't look right like that, then it only makes sense to turn it round, don't it? But it's human nature to do that, because the amount of people I've seen cutting out and they use their hands in such a like gymnastic way, when all you have to do is turn it round. But it don't make sense, that, because you're still figuring out how to do one. So we've got a nice little curve with the fine one. This could be a gel pen, anything. It does not, please, it doesn't have to be what I've got. When we was talking the other night, there was Olga, myself, and Anna. We were saying, don't go out buying stuff. It's like the first thing I picked up this white pen, and people were saying, what pen is it? It's like, it really don't matter. You don't need what I've got. And it's, don't bog yourself down with it. So, got these shapes. So now what I'm going to do is just put one quite close. Like that. And it's that close, it looks like it's coloured in. Actually, somebody just mentioned eyes. It's actually not eyes. Well, it could be. Of course it could. Yeah, you're right. But this is knots in wood that made me think of it. Strange. It's just so peaceful doing this. Just going to do some more now. I know Emma said to me once, when your pens don't work, she said, just absolutely put them on your paper and draw like you're almost not touching the paper. By gum, it works. I'd like you all to try the breathing. It's in through your nose and out through your mouth for 5. Do it while I'm doing this. In through your nose, and I'll count with my fingers. Out. See, I'm just getting to the little rhythm of it. And it's bringing me down again. So, you see that pattern now? Jane, you could never be late, my love. I hope you don't mind me driving. I do appreciate it. I just get fed up of driving. Everywhere it's like an hour here, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, and it's like, oh. So Jane in her amazing capacity as Jane is driving me. I love that's brilliant, thank you. Oh, I just got a dodgy one to put in. Not a dodgy one, another one. For those of you that weren't at the beginning, just to give you a bit of a laugh, I've been trying in the group to get people integrated into it and start being more involved, or even just giving them interest. So the other day I was putting a comment out saying if somebody hasn't got a comment or hasn't got a like or any love on their comments, please send them some. So I had lots of people doing it, which was amazing. And me thinking, oh yeah, I won't tag everybody because I can't by name. So I'll just put tag everybody, at everybody. And I didn't realise, well, I wouldn't because I'm thick, and I can say that because I am, it tags everybody in the world, not just the people who you're talking to. So I got some angry faces. I got some, do not tag me. How dare you tag me? Angry faces. So I apologised and I did the best thing so that it never happens again. I blocked them. Then it won't happen again, will it? So, right, with that one, you could go mad with that one. We've got some great features in here today. This is major. I think I like the idea of the fine lines in between. That's better. This reminds me of that. Oh, do you remember years ago? You used to have like a woman or a umbrella or something with oil dripping down them. Do you remember him? So we've got that. We've got that. That's looking quite nice. That's looking quite nice. Let's pick something else that's I don't know. I'm going to straighten with a pen. Okay. No, I'm not. Right. So what I've done is I've got to be careful because I'm smudging everything here. So I'm working away. So I've divided my circle up into this and then half again. Okay. So I've got that many lines. Okay. So now what I can do is divide that up into even more if I wish. So I'm going to do like that. A W, W, whatever you wish. You could do a bit of weaving as well. That'd be a nice one for it. Might do a bit of weaving on this. So a W. What a daft thing to say. But I said it. Did you used to say it? W. Then I'm looking at this, so we've got a W, so we'll put another one here. So we're keeping the shape. And then I'm going to change that one because I want it to be in line with that. So there we go. Okay, so I'm going to put the lines in now so you can see them a bit better. There we go. So we can see that we've got points and like that. Oofers, troughs and peaks and troughs, or valleys and hills, like that. So we've got that ziggy-zaggy one going on, and we can put other things in between it now to so now let's do these first. So this is following what we did before. The lines and everything like this, but slightly different. Sort of quite an African feel to it. Aztec. It don't matter. It's got like quite a tribal feel, whatever tribe it is or wherever it is. Oh, there we go. So we've got that happening. So here, what we do is like that. So draw your triangle in there. And go right to the edge, because that's your way of doing the shape without doing the shape, so to speak. So can you, yeah. So now we're going to do the same here. So it's this one. Reminds me of when you was doing lines at school, doing the triangles, then I put all the triangles in first. It was like I must not talk back to the teacher or something like that. You go down the I must, go down that like that. So you will. I don't know what you thought, because it's going to take you the same amount of time to do them all, but you thought you knew it all, didn't you? Right. So we've got quite a nice sort of divide there, and I'm just thinking that what I should do in middle is let's go for, it's an invisible, it's where the lines sort of converge like that. These diamonds happening. might even do a bit of that on it. So let's see now. They look a bit odd like that. So I'm doing the same as what I did before in the other one. Oh, she nearly went. Just there. So it's the opposites. Just looking at this now and just thinking, okay, I want to change it up. It's like my Christmas onesies. I love creating patterns that don't exist until you start drawing parts around them. I love it because I just think that wasn't there before. And you've just created now this great pattern. And you're like, wow. And it's just a piece of paper and a pen, and all this comes out of it. So I'm doing the exact design I did before. So I'm borrowing from this one, but I've made it bigger. It's got more presence now. But that looks more 3D, if you get me meaning. Right, come on. There we go. I need love to tickle tickle. There we go. So we've got these little bits here. So all I'm going to do is just show the edge. You don't have to do this because if you don't want to show the edge, you don't have to. And the reason I'm doing dots is that I can change direction really easily without it looking all one. So again here, if you want to. Just to give it an edge. You don't, like I say, you don't have to. There's nothing to stop you just leaving it as it is. I think I might do that, but slightly different. So I'm going to go with my fine pen. I think I'll do it, start here. I'll start there. Come on. There we go. Like that. So we've got this pattern emerging. Don't know what I'm going to do quite yet, but it'll be an amalgamation of all of them. But it doesn't matter about the shapes because I'm not. That's not what I'm getting at. It's just repetitive patterns. I like the idea, like I said, of creating something from nothing. So here we've got, I feel we've got a really nice pattern emerging. So what I'm going to do is just put another one there so it's got more of a smaller feel like that one. That's not too bad. So this is a wonderful feeling when you do this. I'm keeping it next to the important bit is the top bit. So if I show you that and you're a bit unsure, put that one in first. Okay, and then go backwards so that you know it's going to fit. Like that. Now this needs one like that. So don't try and draw them in. If they don't fit, they don't fit. Leave it. So here, I'm going to put 2 more there. Three. Oops, sorry. I'm going to see whatever pattern are coming here. So and again, if you're unsure of placement, work down. There's nothing set in stone. This is just pattern building, pattern forming, you know, using different colours to create wonderful shapes and patterns and forms. So we've got this nice pattern. Here we've got an extra one. So what we could put in there is just I quite like that. So again, put in your main one. This time they're a lot bigger. And don't forget them up here. Like that. Quite like that one. So what we're going to do pattern wise, I don't think we need out. I am just going to put in a little, what I'd look like. To me it looks like a little flame. All these are based on jewels, and if you watch this space you'll see me do a little video for you on highlight crafts. So yeah, I've got all my washing out, Linda. All my washing's out. I'm just filling in this gap with some lines, and then I'll just do a pearl drop. Very mendy, that. Very, you know. So we've only got a few more. So in here, I'm just going to put some little ones like that to fill up the spot. So they don't detract, but they fill in spots. So I've got a couple more to do. And then the finishing touches. Yeah, it's about right, that. So let's look at the... So we'll do a line like that. I always refer to this as the... it reminds me of stitching. So I'll do one in the middle just to... So we got a nice pattern there. Quite like that. You don't need... Some of them don't need pattern too much. You just over complicate things. Some of them need more than others, but yeah, just go with whatever you enjoy. Got 2 more to do. So I'm going to draw some stairs, I think. Let's have a quick look at this. So there's the stairs, so I need to do it that way. Like that. So put them like that, or like that, or like that, whichever you want. So we'll do it. There we go. So you can see the stairs that way, stairs that way. So if I now put like that. And you can smarten them up a bit if you want. So I'm just going to put in some little hatch lines to make it more three-dimensional. There we go. So there's one done. We've got one more here. Excuse me. Now I've got this like diamondy thing. Right, so we've got like a diamond pattern happening. Right. I'm just drawing in some lines now, so making them fit. Does look good if you use a proper ruler to do it. There we go. Right, we've done them all. Hey. So we'll just do one little thing. Just to offset some of them, I think. I think we've done really well. There we go. We've done really well. We've done a diagonal one. Got lots of presents. There's a white one that's overpowering, so we need to maybe put white in another area. This doesn't always have to be, but sometimes. Let me just get this right. There we go. Rub it in before it goes all over my table. So let's go for. This is a Posca pen, which gives quite strong lines. I've had this many years now. You use the pen that you like. If you go on to Highlight Crafts and put Moodle 10 in, have a look and see what pens they have. You get 10% discount on the whole website. So it's worth popping in and having a look. Moodle 10, that'll get you 10% off everything. And it helps me because I get a code then, you see? So it helps me as well. I'm not going to lie to you. It does help me. Because then they know that Moodle 10's come from me. Everything is helpful. It really is. The upside of not being on telly is I get more time to be creative and more time to draw stamps, blah, 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 blah. But with me being freelance, the downside is I don't get any money at all. So, but I'm sure I'm not that missed. I'm just outlining the ones that need it. I like the idea of doing this when you need some me time, downtime, whatever you want to call it. Then having this done in different colours that reflect your room, your shape, everything, so that you can say, yeah, right, that today it's like my room's a grey colour, I'm going to change it all to look grey. And your decor, you know, in your bedroom. You can just do this by an IKEA frame, £3, boom. You can just do one circle, one square, and before you know it, you're like, wow, did I do that? And yes, you did do that. And the very last thing I'm going to do, you don't need to do it, as I say with all of them, you don't need to do it. But Signo have a silver and a gold, okay? So all I'm going to do is give some contrast with some gold. So I'm just bringing the gold into area. I'm not colouring in, I'm not doing all that. So let's look on here. Oh, not touching that one. Here we can go with I'm not really making a shape apart from the bigger ones. If you go to my Amazon page, it's got all these Signo pens in. I highly recommend them. Excellent for drawing, like any line drawings and shapes and patterns. They're just really good. A lot of people buy Signo, have them repackaged as their own because they know how good they are. And that's what you need. Signo, Secura, you know. So we've got that there. I think we need a little bit of I'm wiggling my toes. Can you tell I'm so calm? And I'm breathing in for 5, out for 5, as long as it's safe for you to do that. In here. The bronze one's beautiful because you get a copper shimmer. I'm going to have to get some new ones, I think. And then I will. It's amazing how just a little bit of colour will suddenly. Wow, where did that come from? That sort of thing, you know. I'm really enjoying this today. This is your artwork. If you choose to sell it or do anything, you created this artwork. No one else. You did it. I'm just putting some shapes in the outside area just to give it a bit of shape and form. You did it. No one else. No one could turn around and say, oh, that's the same as. Nope, you did it. No, silver. Don't think with silvers. I think with silver's run out. Oh, no. No, needs a bit of love. Might need me memory board. No, that's my word for stop now. So I'm going to leave it there. And I'm going to say thank you very much for your time. And I will see you at blah, 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 blah. Today's day is, and it'll be at noon. Let me get my calendar. Calendar. Come on. Um, Let's go for Sunday. Sunday. Yay. I think I'll say Sunday now. And then Sunday at 12. And then I'm not going to get into trouble because I get it all wrong. Yay, it's on my calendar. So I'm going to love you and leave you very much, as I always do, with lots of thank you and support. It's absolutely amazing. And I think the world of you all. Oh, that'd look nice as well, wouldn't it? So, yeah. So over the weekend, stay with me because you've got Highlight Crafts are coming along and I've got a video made for them. You've got a free digi download from them based on crowns and jewels. You're free to download that and work with me. So remember, if you want anything and you want money off, Moodle 10 gives you 10% off the Highlight Crafts. So, you know, why not get money off? Big love to you. My Patreons. I'll have a chat with you soon. You take care. Bye for now.